Welcome to this week's video. Today we're going to be talking about the hierarchy of properties so you know which property is going to give you a better rate and which property might be a better property for you as a first-time home buyer or even a second-time home buyer. If you're not buying your forever home, which usually you buy your forever home for homes in, right? When you're probably if you have kids and your kids are in middle school and they're going to be going into high school, is at that time when you're probably going to be buying the home that you're going to be in for 10, 15, 20 years, right? But if you're buying your first, second, and even third home, your considerations are a little bit different than someone who is buying a forever home. A forever home is going to be more of something that you know that you absolutely love, that has every single bell and whistle that you want, and is going to be there for you for the remaining 20 years. And you're going to be absolutely in love with it during all this time. If you're buying a home and it's your first, second, third home, your mentality is a little bit different. You're thinking about it from an investment standpoint, right? You actually have to think about which home is going to be making me more money in the future. And there's a couple of things that you might want to go ahead and consider. For example, how easy would it be to sell this home back into the market? How desirable this property is. And a couple of things that you might want to look at is the type of home that you're buying. So let's say, for example, that you are actually in the market to buy your first home. A lot of times I have clients that are looking to buy something that is convenient, right? 2 bedrooms, 1 bathroom. And that's great if you're planning to live in this home for quite some time. And then when you plan to sell it, you're going to be okay being in the market for quite some time. Because a property that's a 2-1 is going to have a much different market than a property that has a 3-bedroom, 2 bathrooms. Same thing with a condo. A condo is going to have a very different market, and it's going to be a smaller market than those that are buying a single family residence. One of the questions I received the other day was, why is the interest rate on a condo very different from an interest rate on a single family residence? And the reason why is because we price different loans, right? We price a loan with a townhome, we price a loan with a single family residence that they were looking at, and then with a condo. Well, the condos are not very desirable properties, not just by the market, but the banks as well. Why? Because you don't own anything with a condo, right? You own vertical ownership. You don't have any land rights when it comes to a condo. Now, don't get me wrong, the market for the condos do exist. Most of them are going to be like second homes. Some of them are going to be investment properties. And in my case, I like a condo because I have never stepped foot into a Home Depot or a Lowe's, and I never plan to. I don't want to do any maintenance. I don't want to wake up on a Saturday and cut grass and clean a pool. So for me, it's a perfect spot. But that market is not that big. And the banks, again, they don't like it. That's why they will give you a much better interest rate with a townhome or a single family residence. Another thing that banks don't like are unique properties, right? So if the property is, and here in Arizona, we have a number of them, let's say a property that was designed by Frank Lloyd Wright or something, a really well-known architect, and is the only property in the area that has that unique, is the only one that has, and is being built by it, and it's a very unique property, it's going to be very hard to price. And that way, the bank too is not going to have much of a desire to give financing to those type of properties. And other properties that right now are not very popular are manufactured homes. But one of the things I do like about manufactured homes is that they're looking a lot better than new builds, as a matter of fact. I preferred brand new manufactured home than sometimes some of the new builds that they're doing, those cookie cutter homes out there. And sometimes they are much, much better quality than those cookie cutter homes. But at the same time, since they're mobile homes and they're manufactured homes, they don't have a really high desirability in the market, so therefore the banks don't like it as much. So that's one of the things that you want to start looking at. If you're a first-time home buyer, is okay, if I'm going to be selling this home in 5 years, which property is going to be making me more money in the future? Which property is going to allow me to sell it faster in the future? Which property will have a higher market in the future? So always is going to be the property that is king, a single family residence, right? A lot of these properties, 3 bedrooms, 2 bathrooms, are much better than 2 bedroom, 1 bathroom, right? Garage, right? A property that is not on a busy street, more because that market is going to have a lot of small children. And if you're taking those people away, you're going to have a much smaller market. Anyways, if you do have any questions, not only ask me, you can text me at 480-542-8890, but with the realtor that we will provide you through the Next Door program, they will go ahead and be able to guide you and make sure that not you're only buying a home that you love, but an investment that is going to make you money in the future. Have a wonderful day and take care.